Okay, when we're talking about different methods of subtraction, another method besides counting up is called the trade first subtraction method. This is the method that I learned in school, and this is the method that a lot of people are familiar with. It's basically borrowing and carrying. So if we have the number 247 minus 186, we take a look at this and we say, are there any numbers that I need to trade? Because we're looking at these place values, because this is still a tricky thing for a lot of us. So we look at what's in the ones place, what's in the tens place, and what's in the 100s place. And then we try to trade if we need to trade. Let's see, 7 minus 6. That's 1. I don't need to trade that. And let's see, 4 minus 8. I can't do 4 minus 8. So I'm going to have to make a trade. I'm going to cross out the 4, and I'm going to make it 14. I'm going to borrow or trade one of the numbers over here and just take it down 1. Okay? So now I can try it. 14 minus 8 equals 6. That works, yep. 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so let's try it out. 7 minus 6 is 1. 14 minus 8 equals 6. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So my answer would be 61. And the reason this works is because we have to remember that this over here, if this is 247, this is not really a 2. It's really 200. And this 4 here is not really a 4. It's really a 40. And the 7, it is really a 7, because it's in the ones place. So we have to look at the place that it's in and then see if we can trade for another number. For some of these, for example, if I'm trading here, I'm going to trade some of these in, make this a 1, and I'm going to give 10 of my 10s, which equals 100, to the 4. And that's how I trade that. So I just trade it by moving 100 over, except I break it into 10s. In the classroom, we use the longs and the cubes and the flats to help us learn this. So that is the trade first method, and it's very similar to borrowing and carrying. In fact, it's the exact same thing as borrowing and carrying. It's just being more aware of the place value, that this is actually 200, this is actually 40, and that this is actually 7. So for the homework tonight, you can actually use any method that you want to use to complete the problems. You can use the trade first method, you can use the counting up method, and the other piece that you want to make sure about is your ballpark estimate. Okay, I would like you trying to round to the tens place if possible. So if we have, what was that problem? 247 minus 186. I'd really like you to round to the nearest 10. So there just should be a 0 on the end here. 250, because that's close to 50. 7 is closer to 47 is close to 50, closer than 40. And then 186 is close to 190. And then I would try to subtract 250 minus 190. And I know that the answer to that is 60. And if I compare the answer I got, 61. So it's very close. And they got 50 because they rounded to the nearest 100. But I think it's closer to round to the nearest tens place. So if you can do that, that's the best thing to do for the ballpark estimate. So that is lesson 2.8, different methods of subtraction. If there are any questions, please feel free to send me an email. And good luck. Thank you.